On this Tuesday morning, it's about to get greasy, and I'm really excited for this one. All the way from Sunnyvale Trailer Park, Randy from Trailer Park Boys getting ready to roll into Peoria and Carbondale at the end of the month. Randy, how are we doing, man?
I'm doing great today. How you doing?
Oh, it's another great day. And, before we even start, I just got to ask, because all of our audience has been just waiting for this conversation. The biggest question they wanted me to ask you right when we dove into this is, Randy, how many burgers have we taken down today?
Well, you know something. It's midday here on the East Coast, and I've had 5 cheeseburgers today because it's midday, right? I start off with 2, and then I have 3 for lunch. But I might change it up for supper. I might add some bacon, or have you ever had a burger that had like a third of the meat mixture as being pork?
Oh, yeah. Now, that's a good hangover burger right there, Randy.
That's right. Like that then you get the different types of meat, because I'm all about down in America, good cheeseburgers. I'm looking forward to eating some. I can't wait.
Well, and this is what's so cool with this cheeseburger picnic, man. You've got to be able to see some cool spots all around, the United States. You're hitting some cool spots. What are you looking forward to the most before we dive into the meat of this?
Well, I like getting out and seeing the fans, like the world's kind of turned into a, Mr. Lay would call it a storm,
Yeah.
It might sound a little different than that fart, but people need to have some joy and some silliness. And that's what these cheeseburger picnic comedy shows are. You get to come out and laugh and sing some songs and play some silly games, see some games and stuff. So it's a really good time. So I like to get out and just bring a smile to people's faces, because again, sometimes life can be a little crappy.
Well, 100%. And I mean, you guys, at the trailer park, Randy, just diving right back into this. I mean, you've experienced it all together. And, you mentioned Mr. Leahy a little bit. One just question about him. You guys got into some real trouble and have had some fun along the ways. And one question that the audience wants to know, do you have a story, a drunk story with you and Mr. Leahy that you can share with us that you kind of remember? Has there ever been a 9 out of 10 day that you haven't showcased to the fans yet?
Well, you know what? Me and good old Mr. Lay, we like to get on the liquor. He liked his drinky poos. He liked liquor ball sandwiches. He was a liquor. I think the word he said was connoisseur,
Fair.
almost like dinosaur, but like he knew what each liquor, he could just from a little taste on his lips, he could tell what went with what. And his real secret was just more liquor. Drink more. But there was a time when Mr. Lay and he had these big bottles of liquor with Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles written on them and stuff. But we had like more of those bottles. Like everyone in the trailer park had their names written down. So we drank all those. It took a long time, but sometimes you black out, and that's when you need to make sure you have a good breakfast.
And that's where the burgers come back in with that pork, Randy. And, talking about the park a little bit, I just got to know, we've heard a couple of people say Bubbles is the smartest guy in the park. You've gone to him for advice. Does that still stand today? Is he still the smartest guy in the park? Or, who are you going to give that accolade to?
I think Bubbles is very smart. He's read a lot of books, Ricky would call that book learning because Ricky's not so smart, but no. It seems like Bubbles knows a little bit about everything, and he's given me advice and even shared some of his own personal food with me, and he's actually the nicest out of Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. He's the nice one. Rick can be a real dick. Well, Julian, he's just handsome, but he's always thinking money. But anyways, I'm glad that I can go talk to Bubs when I need some advice and stuff. And I think he's probably one of the smartest in Sunnyvale.
Well, and you mentioned Rick, and I got honest with you, he is a dick, to you, and I'll be honest with you, Randy, we've all gotten to see that over the years, but every once in a while, it seems like you and Ricky get along for a couple of seconds there, and have you ever, I got to ask you, what's the most baked Ricky ever got you?
Well, he's, we did this cooking show together. It was called Getting Cooked with Ricky and Randy. He even left my name out. And we would get pretty high on that show, but I think the most was when we did a bunch of mushrooms. Oh man, we did so many mushrooms. Oh man, we just went off on those. So it's,
Dirty.
there's been a lot of times. Ricky is a very good farmer, and he grows very good marijuana and mushrooms. And but uh,
That's true.
sometimes we get along, but we're probably a little high
Yeah.
at those times. But sometimes you need to get along. And that's what happens, like everybody's got somebody around them that they don't like. Everyone's got a neighbor that's kind of the cranky neighbor or whatnot, or a dickweed like Ricky. And I mean, Sunnyvale is a community, and as management in the park, and even weekend management, you have to take everybody for what they are. Some are good, some are not so, but still, it's all together. It makes a community, and then you just try to be happy.
Well, and then, you hit it perfectly there, Randy. And you're bringing all of this Sunnyvale, spirit to Peoria and Carbondale. Peoria on October the 27th, and then in Carbondale, you're there October the 30th. That's here respective to our area, but there's still so many more opportunities. I mean, what kind of shenanigans, what is your big takeaway for the fans, heading into these shows? What do they need to kind of grease themselves up for, if you will?
Well, I'm hoping. I mean, sometimes you get a bunch of our fans, the best fans ever, Trailer Park Boys
Yeah.
fans, and they come. Sometimes they dress up as some of the characters. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tight black shirts out there with handsome, muscular men that look like Julian, and sometimes you get people dressed up as Rick the Dick with the crazy shirts and whatnot. But I've even seen someone dress up as the Green Bastard, Bubbles' wrestling persona.
Oh.
So it's the fans really support. But I mean, what everyone needs to do, just come out. And again, it's there are a few cheeseburgers. It's always better to make sure you have enough cheeseburger in you before the show. Because if you're gonna have some drinky poos, you gotta have something in there. You don't want to be on an empty stomach. But anyway, we like to have some jokes and we sing some songs. We have some contests and play some games. So it's a lot. It's sort of like a variety show. There's a whole lot going on, and it's always good to have a couple extra bucks for a couple drinky poos. You never know. I like to do some cheers, to good old Mr. Leahy, and then people like to drink to that. So it's just a night of a little bit of silliness, which is what the world needs, and it's a lot of fun.
I mean, you're right, Randy. I mean, hey, there's shithawks all around us, and to have a night where we come together, this is a great way to prevent them. And with that being said, with the fans, and like you said, you got people dressing up and being a part of this. It's truly something amazing. Is there anything? I know there's always some stuff in the development. Are you looking forward to the next couple of years? Because it seems like, man, the film crew causes so much problems for you guys. I mean, that's really where I think it starts. It seems like everything's good, and then we try to get a little bit of an insight on your life, and then we kind of ruin it for everybody.
You know what? You're right. Those camera guys, they stick their cameras in sometimes where they don't belong.
Yeah.
I mean, like they've caught me in my underwear, which that's not something that everyone's supposed to see, but then they see it, and we, you know what? Julian hired those guys again. He has them following him around, and he says, they were there in the summer, so there's going to be a season 13, and it's there's again stuff that those camera guys should not be seeing, but. You know what? It seems like people end up liking it, and that's a good thing. I've been given a few cheeseburgers in my day from fans of Trailer Park Boys, but sometimes that's what the world is in front of a camera. Everyone has a camera now, and you just have to look at the socials, and holy cow, you can see all kinds of stuff. And then there's AI, and boy, the world's changing.
It is, man. And this leads me to my final two questions for you. This has been great, and I really appreciate your time. I know that you're busy. Have you been challenged to a for real burger eating challenge competition yet? I mean, I don't think anyone would try it, but if they have, how easy of a contest was it?
You know what? I was challenged by a young lady once, and I beat her because she couldn't keep up. But I like just eating a cheeseburger instead of trying to eat them as fast as you can or as many as you can. Like, I'd rather enjoy the burger, right? And I'm a bigger fan of a burger. Like I like the smash burgers that everyone's doing now. They're really good. And I like a thinner burger instead of the great big thick one that you
Yeah.
can't get your mouth through. I'd rather have four thin ones than one huge, anyway, that's just me. So yeah, you know what? I don't know. That maybe wasn't a fair contest.
Well,
I was hungry.
well, Randy, we're all hungry to see you down here in Peoria, and we're all excited to see you in Carbondale. You guys can get tickets at diamondmineagency.ca, and this is for Randy's Cheeseburger Picnic. And Randy, before I let you go, final question for you. What is your go-to spot for burgers in the United States? You've been around the world. Is there one place where you go that you're going, I have got to stop there every time? That's the final question.
Well, when I go, like I do. Actually, there's so many good burgers down there, and I haven't tried them all, so it's not really fair. But like normally, if you go to each town, there's a mom and pop burger place that everyone's like, oh, you got to go for a burger there, but you don't always know that. So I mean, if I'm out on the West Coast and there's the In-N-Out burger, I like the In-N-Out burger, but then I've been down to Texas, and that Whataburger's a good burger. But you know what? I'll eat good old Mickey D's and Burger King, or Sonic or Wendy's. I eat them all.
Oh, I love it.
Right?
I just love it. This is incredible.
They're delicious. I mean, I've been to. Is there a Peter Pan burger there too? I think I've been to Peter Pan and Carl Jr. and I've been to. Anyway, it's just there's too many good burger joints.
Oh man. Well, you know what, guys? You got to tell your frown to frig off here and head on over to Peoria October the 27th. Head to Carbondale October the 30th. Get greasy, have some fun. Randy, thank you so much for your time, man.
Hey, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Can't wait to see everybody.
We'll take a quick break. Daily Show continues right after this on RiverBender.com, Roku TV, Apple Podcast.